Hi you guys, it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness. This week we are going to dive into the kitchen. So the kitchen a lot of times is like the center hub of most homes. It happens to be where we not only cook our food, but we spend a lot of time congregating. And so making sure this space is as free from toxins as possible is actually going to be one of the big impact changes we can make. The other reason this is such a high impact area is because we are preparing food that we are then consuming, and we want to keep this food as free from toxins as possible. We don't want toxins leaching into the food we're eating in any way, shape, or form. And so we're gonna go through a 5-step process that you can do in your own kitchen to reduce toxins, bring in healthier materials, start healthy habits, and even plan for the future when it comes to creating your really healthy space. So when you go about creating a healthy home, and specifically a healthy kitchen, there are always ways to make the process simpler and less overwhelming. So for me, I always like to start with the easiest things to change to keep the ball rolling. And once you have momentum with your change, it can become much easier to keep going with your changes in the future. So once you've got a good handle on the easy stuff, I like to move on to the most impactful changes you can make. These are the items that will have the biggest effect on your health when you change them. And then finally, it's time to plan ahead for the future. Some changes you make to a healthy kitchen are going to be really big changes that require budgeting and some extensive planning to make your kitchen a really healthy space. So today I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps to take in order to create a truly healthy kitchen that actually supports your health and your wellness. But before we start, it's important to know how your unhealthy kitchen is actually impacting your health, because our kitchens can be not only the place we consume and prepare food, but also kind of the central hub to our home. This is why it's really important to pay attention to toxic areas that we can change. A lot of kitchens contain products that contain fragrance in them, which can be one of the biggest culprits of body burden in the home. Toxic synthetic fragrance can interrupt the normal production of hormones and your endocrine system as a whole. PFAs and PFCs are another group of toxins that are commonly found in a kitchen. These toxins are actually carcinogenic in nature, and they have been linked to an increased risk of tumors. So while most commonly these toxins are found in pans, you want to be sure to watch for bakeware and small appliances that may also have a nonstick coating containing PFCs and PFAS. This toxin has also been linked to a suppressed immune system, increased allergies and asthma, metabolic diseases like obesity or diabetes, endocrine disruption, and an increased chance of miscarriage. So kitchens are filled with plastics too, containing bisphenol toxins and phthalates, both of which interrupt normal hormone function again. And the drastic impacts of the altered hormone production has been linked to metabolic disorders, breast cancer, and obesity. And finally, because kitchens are usually a warm and humid environment, they really encourage VOCs to off-gas at high levels. VOCs like formaldehyde are found in products and materials around the kitchen, as well as products that you bring into your kitchen. Formaldehyde has been linked to negative effects on the reproductive system, as well as negative impacts on the pulmonary system and neurodevelopment of the brain. So the good news is that you actually have a lot of control over your kitchen space, and you can work to remove toxins starting today. So your habits are often the easiest thing to change, and so that's where I like to start to get us going and moving forward at a quick pace. A lot of these habits are quick changes, and once you get the hang of doing them on a regular basis, you'll be ready to add more habits and changes to your kitchen. So what habits do we need to change? It's really nothing drastic, believe it or not, but these habits that I'm going to share will get you started on the right foot. First, we want to start cooking with lids on. This will help reduce any excess moisture that can raise the indoor humidity levels. We know that indoor humidity levels that are high also correlate with VOCs off-gassing more, as well as mold and mildew growing. We also want to ditch any candles, any synthetic fragrance, anything that freshens your air in your kitchen should really be avoided, as it could contain synthetic fragrances that pollute the indoor air. Opt for a diffuser with essential oils or an open window. You also want to ventilate. Speaking of open windows, keeping windows open, if possible, to get fresh air into your space while you are cooking can help you reduce toxins in your kitchen. You can also be sure to utilize that vented fan while cooking, which will improve the indoor air quality by moving toxic air outside. And finally, keep it clean. Keep shoes out of the kitchen and clean spaces on a regular basis to avoid any buildup of toxic house dust in your space. I mean, did you know that most of us ingest toxic house dust on a regular basis? So by keeping it out of the kitchen, we can actually avoid ingesting it as much as possible. Step 2, we want to assess your cleaners. So one of the most impactful things you can do in your kitchen is swap out your toxic cleaners for healthy plant-based alternatives. It should be said that not all plant-based cleaners are healthy, and so you'll have to do a little bit of research before you buy. But if you use toxic cleaners regularly, as in multiple times a day, you can be cutting out a huge source of toxins in your home. It's also important to remember that some cleaners can become airborne in vapor particles, as well as have the overspray that leaves residue on our kitchen counters and even our food. So this is a big area to change. Some of my favorite healthy cleaners for the kitchen: Aspen Clean Multi-Purpose Concentrate. I love this one for everyday use to clean the kitchen counters and the tables. It's EWG verified, and that concentrated bottle that I'm showing you, it lasts forever. Truly Free Heavy Duty Degreaser is another one that I love. This one is great for when you have a tough job to tackle. It's good for deep cleaning the oven, the stovetop, or even kitchen counters after a really messy meal. Truly Free Stone and Steel Cleansing Polish is another one that you can keep in your kitchen or swap out for a really healthy option. It'll get your appliances and your stone counter really clean with this toxin-free spray. It's plant-based, and the formula is safe for steel, chrome, granite, marble, and other surfaces. It will help get rid of dust, any oils, and fingerprints, and it'll really let your kitchen shine. I love Molly's suds for so many things, but the dishwasher pods are amazing. Always unscented, always toxin-free. I love Molly's suds for my dishwasher pods because they're free from all the really gross toxins that we talked about earlier, and they do an excellent job of cleaning my dishes, which for me is a win-win. And then finally, dish soap. I love Puracy. Remember that any detergent that you use on your dishes could potentially leave residue on them too. Plus, so many dish soaps also come with toxic fragrances that negatively impact your health while you're using them. Puracy is one of my favorite go-to products for a plant-based cleaner that really gets the job done. So step 3, we're going to work on removing plastic in the kitchen. Plastic is one of those things that even me, I'm slowly trying to remove for good from my own house, and it can get tedious to remove all of it. But I think that the kitchen is the most critical place to start because food that is warm or acidic can leach even more toxins from plastics than alternatives. Plastic toxins such as styrene or BPA or other bisphenol toxins is really harmful to our health. And again, it's affecting the food that we will be ingesting, which can be particularly harmful in terms of toxin exposure. Plastic food storage could range from plastic snack bags to plastic food storage containers, and slowly swapping these out for materials like silicone, glass, and stainless steel will actually transform your kitchen in the long run. So some really easy ways to start: you could get rid of all unused plastic water bottles. Most people only need 1 to 2 water bottles per person. You could also remove plastic food storage that you don't necessarily need, and then you can replace it sometime down the road with either glass or stainless steel. Another idea, next time you go to buy Ziploc bags, just buy one silicone reusable bag with it. You'll have enough to stop using plastic snack bags before you know it. And then finally, start getting rid of plastic kids dishes and make a plan to replace them with glass or stainless steel or silicone. All right, step 4 is swap out toxic cookware. So while this is a more impactful step, it's also a step that needs planning on your end. So if you have 100% stainless steel pots and pans or a cast iron pan that you know is toxin free, you're really already ahead of the game. Otherwise, I'm going to share with you my favorites. If you've been around, you know I love Extrema pots and pans, and I've been using them for the past several years, and I firmly believe this has been one of my favorite buy it for life purchases. I absolutely love these pans for more than just the fact that they're toxin free. They pass the California Prop 65 leach testing, and they do thorough third-party testing for lead and cadmium, and they closely supervise each factory. In addition to all that, these pans are really heavy duty. You will never have to buy another pan if you buy these. And if you're looking for a coupon code, be sure to head to my blog post. You can use the code HHOTB for 15% off your purchase, and that's even sale prices. Another option is All-Clad brushed stainless steel. All-Clad is honestly a really tried and true brand and has been around forever when it comes to pots and pans. Their D5 line is a brushed stainless steel, and it's a surgical grade stainless steel. Everything is bonded, engineered, and assembled in the United States. And while these pans do contain an aluminum core that is covered by 2 layers of durable stainless steel all the way around, it has no health effects that would negatively impact you because that aluminum is enclosed, and it actually helps it heat faster and more evenly. And then finally, the good old Lodge cast iron pan. So every kitchen should have a cast iron skillet. And the reason I love Lodge is that they're made in the USA. And they've been around for a while, making them a vetted option for healthy and toxin-free cookware. Their pans come pre-seasoned, so they're ready to use right away. And then finally, step 5, we're gonna plan ahead for the future. So planning ahead is like a healthy kitchen superpower. Not only does it help you know exactly how much you'll have to budget, but you'll also have a great handle on what non-toxic options there are for your bigger project. So the Healthy Home Blueprint that I teach will walk you through exactly how to plan your own blueprint for future kitchen projects. But you can also make your own with a pen and paper, and here are some of the big places we're going to start. Toxin-free countertops and cabinets. Look at lower toxin electric stoves. You could look at drinking water filters to improve the quality of the water that you drink. You also have the option to get a lower toxin dishwasher, and you can finish it off with some toxin-free flooring. So because the kitchen is one of the most used rooms of the entire house, it can be extremely beneficial to start reducing toxins in this room. And it doesn't even have to be something grandiose to start. Just starting with simple habits can really get the ball rolling in your kitchen. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope that you can take at least one thing from this video and this 5-step process to apply in your own kitchen to start making it a healthier space that really supports your body's wellness. Please subscribe to my channel because I am here every single week with a new healthy house tip and topic that will help you create a space that really supports your health and your wellness.